Hello, welcome back to Griffiths Productions, where there's a whole load of teasers, stories, and a whole load of chaos. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing some new stories info, because I have precisely, I think it's like three stories coming, and 4 stories coming, shall I say. And they are all incredible. You're going to love them, and I'm going to be giving you a few spoilers right here on this channel, where you will get to see some of the biggest, and I will discuss why they're happening. So the first one is Becca's back. Now, yes, this was like a last minute story. I thought of this because what made me think of this was Zoe Slater returning to EastEnders. Now, obviously, we haven't seen Zoe in the Square. She left the Square in 2010 in September, after she threw Bradley's ashes at Stacey, and Jean kicked her out, and she just disappeared. We haven't heard anything of her. We don't know where she is. We don't know who she's with. We don't know anything. So she could be literally anywhere. So I've made up my own story, and I think it's there is such a big twist of this, and I think you're all going to love it. So yeah, and let me tell you how Stacey and Becca reunite. So the first spoiler is, yes, so Stacey gets arrested for being involved in Keanu's murder. She's been sent to prison. She's on remand, and she finds out that she's sharing a cell with someone, but she doesn't know who. And it gets revealed that it's Becca. Becca is in prison, but there's a bit of a twist. This is where the good twist comes in. Becca is in prison because she's the one who scammed Jean. Do you remember when Jean got scammed a while ago? Well, it was Becca. I've made out that Becca was the one who scammed Jean. And Stacey, let's just say Stacey is not happy about this. She is absolutely raging. She's livid. She wants to kill Becca, and yeah, it's just gonna blow up. But Stacey will basically, Becca's trying to plead with Stacey that her life has changed, and but there's even more of a twist coming when Stacey is faced with more people from her past coming back with people that she didn't like. So another shock return for Becca's back is Ruby Allen. Now Ruby returns with her son Roman. She turns up to Stacey's house unexpected and tells Stacey that Roman is back in hospital after he collapsed and he hasn't woken up yet. She's scared that she's going to lose her son. She is absolutely terrified. So Stacey goes with before obviously Stacey goes to prison. So Stacey goes to the hospital with Ruby, and it turns out that Ruby has a partner. Now we don't know who this partner is at first, but he walks into the hospital room that Roman's in, and basically it is Shiv. Let's just say that Stacey is absolutely shocked with this one. She can't believe that her loan shark is dating her best mate. So Ruby sort of Stacey tells Ruby about what he did to her with the loan, and he threatened her family. So yeah. So another shock return. So yes, obviously you will remember Janine. You will know Janine very well. So Janine is obviously properly in EastEnders. Janine is currently in prison. She went to prison for 5 years for perverting the course of justice, and she's in there, but she's been released ever since when this story is released. She's been released. So she comes out, she comes back to the Square, and she's the new owner of the hair salon that Kim and Denise run at the moment in EastEnders. And it turns out that she's actually married. She's actually got a new partner. She's got a new boyfriend, and that boyfriend is none other than Stacey's ex from 2014 when Stacey returned, Luke Riley, played by Matt Willis. Now, obviously, Luke comes back onto the square and moves onto the square with Janine, and it's revealed that he is the new market inspector after Honey got fired. So the next story is Lockdown. Now, let me just explain what give me ideas for another prison story. Now, basically, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a film on Prime Video called Offender. If you haven't all seen Offender, go and watch it. It is absolutely incredible. And it's about a guy who's in prison after getting himself arrested to try and kill the one who battered his pregnant daughter and killed his baby. And I'm sort of doing the same. So I will, there is one spoiler for this because I can't give too much away. So we've got Jack O'Connell, who is one of the main characters. He plays Noah Blake, who is in prison to get revenge for someone killing his girlfriend, who is played by Catherine Rose Morley, who plays Lauren Trent, who passed away because she got beat up. Owen Warner plays Declan Reed, who is Noah's part of Noah's crew, and Billy Price plays Connor Hale, who is part of Noah's crew as well. So these three lads are all together in it. So the next story I'm doing is Lou Kelly on the Outside. Now I know I have already done a story called Lou Kelly after Wentworth, but that's after Wentworth. So she would have gone back to prison or whatever. But this is her on the run. So this would be, I would be placing this after, say she escaped the prison that she got transferred to after Wentworth blowing up. So this is all, let's say this is another story that I never thought I would do. I was shocked because I was like, okay, this is something that I want to do. So yeah, there is some familiar faces in here. So yes, so the first spoiler is Lou Kelly bumps into Frankie Doyle again. Nicole De Silva, who plays Frankie Doyle, has returned for this story to play Frankie, and she comes back. Obviously, Frankie's currently happy with Bridget. She's on the outside. She's living her life. She's a lawyer. She's got everything. Her dad, her sister, and Lou Kelly is watching her every single move. And Lou Kelly bumps into her while on the run. So Lou Kelly's walking around the streets, breaking into people's homes, and Frankie is doing her work life and her being free and happy. And let's just say Bridget, and another shock that I'm bringing into it is when Frankie sees on the news that Lou has escaped, is on the run basically, Frankie tells Bridget a dark secret about Lou, and something that Lou did when Frankie and Lou were in prison together. So another dark thing that I'm bringing into this is, so while Lou Kelly's on the run, right, she's obviously looking over her shoulder every 10 minutes, and let's just say she has flashbacks, she has hallucinations, so she visions Anne Reynolds, Mari Winter, and Sheila Bausch in her head, and she can hear Anne Reynolds going at her about getting the women on side, becoming top dog. She can picture herself. She has hallucinations of killing Mari and killing Sheila, and she can hear Sheila in her head saying that Reb didn't love her. Reb deserved better than her, and it gets Luke Kelly angry. So the final story that I'm talking about today is Judge for Revenge season 3. Now I'm just going to confirm it right now on this video that this season will be the final season. I have no plans for a season 4 because the way that season 2 and season 3 go like the storylines, there's just I don't think there's much more that I can do with it. There may be like a certain spin-off of like that you will see in the future, but not yet. So this story will be put to bed. My character, I can't say much about, but there's a big twist. That's all I'm saying. So this is the only spoiler for this story. So there's obviously a new detective that comes in to Judge for Revenge season 3. After what happened at the end of season 2, I can't say. Sorry, no spoilers. But this detective comes in, and everyone thinks he's amazing. He's like top boss. He's really good at his work. But in actual fact, he has a dark past. Like any other dodgy copper in any story, he has a dark past. And let's just say that he knows Lexi from the past, and he keeps me in a contact, and I can't say who that person is that he keeps meeting, and yeah. Let's just say he helped someone. That's all I'm saying. So make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which out of the 4 stories are you looking forward to coming the most? Because they're all going to be incredible. They're all going to be amazing. And yeah, one of them's in production at the moment. So Becca's back. I'm currently writing now and then. Like, I'm sort of really taking my time on these, and sort of putting everything I've got into it. And they're not due out for another year or so. So yeah, I'm just sort of taking it slow. So yeah, see you soon.